Hi guys, Emma Davis, veterinarian here. Oh well, I'm a veterinarian. I'm a veterinary career coach and I'm a veterinary business coach, and it's a beautiful Friday evening. I'm at our farm in Yass, New South Wales in Australia. I've just fed some ponies who are about to get taken off the nearly absent grass, but it's just greening up a little, and get put back into founder guard mode, or laminitis guard mode, as all you vets will know. So I just wanted to talk today about knowing where the profession and the sectors come from, but not being held back by that in the designing of the future of it. I'm helping lots of businesses in, lots of businesses in the vet space make better money, and that's really important because we as a whole are a very low paid profession, and we all know the issues that we have around pay and around mental health and around retention, and there's lots of issues that we have. Hi guys, nice of you to join us. So I'm Emma Davis, veterinarian. I'm a career coach and a veterinary business coach. I just wanted to talk today about knowing where we've come from, but not being limited by that as we design the future of our profession and our veterinary industry sector. Okay, so I've had a mix of experience in business and in government, and so I've always worked since I was 12, I think, and working in different roles, different small businesses, government, private, like we've set up our own small businesses, award-winning businesses, and now I'm coaching people in business, and I've also got some businesses that are global as well. So I'm coaching people in Chile, in New Zealand, and in the UK at the minute, as well as obviously in Australia. So yeah, I guess there's lots of stories that go around vet, and I sat in a big business room or a government room this week with one of my leadership hats on, and had a fascinating discussion with some of the older, or respectfully, or senior people in our sector. So, the decision makers, the people in leadership roles, or people who have retired out of leadership roles, and some up and coming people as well. And it was just really interesting conversations, because a couple of the young people looked a bit disgruntled, and the stories that the leaders were telling were a bit negative. And I just thought, well, we've got to move past this, really. I've been in the sector for 20 years now. I graduated in 2001 from the University of Sydney, and I've did veterinary public health postgraduate studies, and met lots of vets right around the world. And it's not just Australia this happens in, the same conversations are happening in the UK, in New Zealand, and different set of conversations happening in the freer market in America. But and we were talking yesterday or the other day in this leadership room about how the American government, the students have to go through such a terrible time to get their degrees, and such huge student debt. It's amazing in America, but at the same time there's a little bit more support for the agriculture sector in the US, with a few scholarships and things that veterinarians can get if they go out into the food producing sector. So yeah, but a lot of our stories are very, very negative around money, and a lot of our, the stories that we tell the vets coming out are, vet's a great job. Who wouldn't love playing with animals and fixing things, and the challenge of it is, fascinating job, but there's lots of negativity around the money. And I guess it's up to us to actually change that. Hi, Rebecca. It's actually up to us to change that. We are the future leaders of our profession. And with respect to our current leaders, we can, and some are amazing and doing great change now, and very receptive to this discussion, but we can tell the old stories of what vet was, and kind of how it shaped it into what it is now. And how painful that is. We can start to tell the stories about what vet should be, and actually start to bring in some different language around money, around the value of veterinarians to society, and actually start to, to properly advocate for that in the government sector particularly, and also in industry and also in society, because and this was my PhD that I was doing before. Hello. Thank you. That's a very kind comment, saying I'm inspiring people. That's lovely. So my PhD that I was working on is about the value of vets to society, and it was focused on agriculture. And because there is a bit of a disconnect between veterinarians and agriculture, and as agriculture got intensified in the production of animals, and the costs per head or the margins per head came down, there was more cost pressures on and less treating of the individual animals and less calling of a vet out to get that advice, and definitely an upskilling of agricultural people as well. There's amazing agricultural people out there that are very competent with some of the base nutritional diseases and things like this. But I guess from a veterinary profession's point of view, nobody is going to advocate for us other than us, and so it really remains our responsibility to understand ourselves the value that veterinarians bring to society, and also then to educate society and government as part of that society. And so I just had fascinating conversations this week. I've ventured back into discussions in practice after coming out of a long term in government. Interesting reasons around that. It's a bit of an amazing opportunity to go back into a first class practice, which is amazing. So I'm going to respect and jump at that chance. But it was a fascinating conversation around that, and around wages and pay, and very humbling, like the education level that veterinarians have with respect to the pay that they receive. Because in my world at the minute, I'm coaching, and so I'm surrounded by lots of coaches and lots of contacts in lots of other sectors, not just veterinary, not just coaching, not just health and lifestyle coaching and stuff, but in different corporate sectors. And our UC Pro team has got people across who are psychologists in practice and are choosing to be coaches, and heads of big corporations and choosing to be coaches, businessmen that have done really well and now choosing to coach, that kind of stuff. So I've got these contacts in the coaching world that are right across a lot of sectors, and I'll tell you what, like, they have a lot healthier relationship with money than vets do. They're not I think that we've got such negative stories around money that in a way we limit money coming our way. And anyway, it's just been fascinating, because these coaches will get paid a lot of money to enthusiastically support people, and that's what we do. And coaches are amazing at getting the best out of people, and that's what I do in coaching, and can definitely do that for you as a veterinarian as well. But they get paid quite well for that, and compared to what we might get paid in practice, and from what I've heard, even as a highly qualified orthopedic surgeon and stuff as well, and the skill level and the life-saving aspects and the just the level of education that's required for that. It's very humbling to think that veterinarians work for that, but it's humbling, and I guess that's where we've come from. And I just want to put it out there that it's very nice to be humble, and it's very nice to be the most educated person in the room, but you also want to be able to live really well, and money is just a swapping of energy. So if you've put a whole lot of energy into training, educating yourself, and then actually in the job putting a whole lot of effort into your job as well, because surgery and vetting and everything is not easy, then you want to receive energy as money back, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay for people who put a lot into their role to get a lot of money back. And so I just want to switch up our thinking and our stories. We know where we've come from. We know the old stories around money and vet. I know the stories are sitting around still in the leadership rooms. I'm hearing new stories coming through. I'm also working with business leaders in vet, and I know that there is good money to be made in vet, but we need to start to tell different stories. We need to have innovation. We need to be supportive of people with the new ideas, and the people who are brave enough to give something new a go. And I guess as a professional yourself, like your business is you as a veterinarian. You are your business, you are your own brand, and if you can start to educate yourself on the future of work, the future of science, the future of, it's all really going to help you to position yourself really well to get a business that's more flexible and to earn more money and to still provide this amazing services and value that veterinarians provide, but to make sure that you are actually remunerated I can't even say it well, and that all of your effort that you've put in as a veterinarian to get this far in life and to get to this nth degree of like amazing knowledge and skill and giving and caregiving and the rest of it that we give as veterinarians is actually that you are comfortable with the fact that you can swap that energy and that investment for money. And that's fine. We want money to come to the good people in the world. Think about the good that we can do with money. Like if all of the, like most veterinarians are pretty amazing, good people, and think about the good that we can exponentially do by having that money as energy back in our space, and you know the problems we can solve. Oh, there's a horse behind me, bit of a kicker that one, little fatty. Just watch. You know, and so it's not bad. You just got to get comfortable around money. You got to think about your money story and what you tell yourself about money, and then start to change up your language around it. And yeah, and I think we can just break the rhetoric around there's no money in vet. I think we've just got to think stories like there is money to be had in vet. That's why a lot of people are interested in our sector. A lot of them are non-vet and they've come from other areas, and there's no reason that smart scientists can't also be innovative. Well, I mean, I guess that's the nature of science, and in business as well. So yeah, just take your place in the leadership of our profession, change up the stories, let's give a more positive spiel to the people that are coming out as graduates and joining us, and let's start to showcase the successes so that we can get these more positive stories and more positive yeah, we can show off the people who made great money and had great success and had beautiful, amazing, caring and giving careers, but earned a lot of money from it, and we're absolutely happy with that and can exponentially give back to the world from that space. So yeah, and hi Daddy. And also you should probably become politically minded like some people who are watching right now. So the more vets can get involved in changing and shaping our future of our profession, and changing up how we talk about it, how we speak about it to each other, how we think about it ourselves, and how we speak it out to our clients and society, then we can actually have an impact. And yeah, we understand where we've come from, we respect that, but we also have the power and influence to change the future of our profession and the now of our profession, and if each of us do that, then we can yeah, have great impact. Thanks for the likes and the love. Yes, I'm helping people through coaching one-on-one in their careers and in business. So got some people getting great results, amazing you know, dream jobs that they wanted, and starting up some amazing businesses. So yeah, just reach out at the link and I'd be happy to talk with you about that. Hi Kim, and happy Friday night for those of us in Australia. There's a beautiful Irish festival on in Yass, so I think we're going to pack up and go in there and have a bit of an Irish festival tonight, which would be pretty nice. Okay, love your veterinary career guys, you've worked hard for it, so love it. Okay, see you guys.